He gave me a 10-shot start.
Yeah, fuck me.
And I beat him off stick. I got a 97. He got 98. I actually beat him with 10-shot start. That's with the fucking stinking 9 on one hole. 9 I got.
98. I thought you were a good golfer. Fuck me.
I'm not putting any of this in the. I'm not putting any of this shit in
Don't
the
have
fucking
to.
recording. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but a lot of
golf. I just
fucking
wanted to
people
hear the
do,
vacancy.
mate. They want to know how the golf's going. Fuck all this other
Smoking.
shit.
Start a golf
And
channel.
Robbo,
Yeah.
Robbo,
It's not the golf channel.
do you play golf?
Yeah, I play golf. Only like
Andrews?
twice. Only once or twice a year. Carnoustie.
Oh, that's not a bad course.
There you go, then. It's the hardest course in the world.
Microwave now.
No, of course I play on this.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Okay, 97's good for me, mate. We play up the back marks, championship golf course. Fuck me, dude. At my age, I'm fucking spanking it. And I've got shit clubs. I could be anything. Anyone out there, can you send me a good set of clubs and make me a pro golfer, please?
Fuck it. Won't make a blind bit of difference. What I always used to say when Sevi Ballesteros was alive, that I could swap clubs with Sevi Ballesteros and he would still score what he fucking scores and I would still score what I fucking score. It's got fuck all to do with the clubs. It's the fucking person holding them.
Yeah, I know, but the driver's very important. If you've got a shit driver, you're going to get nowhere. My driver's fucking like a piece of shit. And these other guys have got the heads on them twice as big as mine. And
That's fucking saucepan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How far do you drive it? How far do you drive it?
Good drive. My best drive is probably 270.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. There you go. What's that?
60
meters or yards?
Fuck off.
Miles?
Meters or yards? Eh?
Miles?
Miles?
No, actually, I drove one today, fucking 20 feet. It went straight 20 feet into this fucking shrubs in front of me. Oh, fucking, I couldn't even find the fucking thing. It's sickening. I don't know how I can do that.
And you reckon you won? You fucking must
That's the sixth hole. I fucking get the shit, the shakes because there's water, big lake on the left. Yeah. I never go in there, but I still get the shakes, and I don't know, but I end up getting a 9 on the fucking hole.
Before we jump to that, I've got a fucking golf story. Do you know you'll heard the Glen Eagles, have you?
Oh, fuck.
Glen Eagles?
Have you what?
This isn't the fucking
You heard the Glen Eagles?
Channel.
The Glen Eagles?
Glen Eagles Hotel and Golf Course. The Ryder Cup was at Glen Eagles, 2 years ago? In Scotland, central Scotland. Glen Eagles Hotel. It's one of the fucking fanciest hotels in Scotland. Like it's in the middle.
No, I haven't been there. Go on, tell us.
They're renowned for their golf courses anyway. But it cost a fucking fortune to go. Anyway, Glen Eagles is right next door to a village called Auchterarder, and so they've got their own golf course, Auchterarder Golf Course, which is right next to the Glen Eagles Golf Course. And anyway, I was playing up there, and it was on the first tee, and there's a dry stain dike about 150 yards away, or 100 yards, a good 100 yards away anyway. And anyway, I fucking skinned my drive, so it only flew just above the deck, but it was fucking hurtling anyway. It hit this fucking dry stain dike and bounced back behind me on the tee. So I was playing my second shot from like 30 yards behind the fucking tee on the first. And I'd driven about 270 yards by that point. By the time you take the distance, it had gone forward and back. Right, there you go. That's my story.
Well, funny enough, the first time I played at the course we play at, I did that. On the par 3, I've got a crunch, and it's hit this big rock and bounced back over my head. I'll
tell you another one. I was playing at another course at Forfar, right? And it was right down this dip. It was a blind shot up to the green. And so I fucking smashed it. I think it was a 6-iron. I fucking smashed it, but I hooked it. And it went in the trees. It clopped this tree straight on. It hit it right in the centre of the trunk, right? And that tree was right at the top of it. It hit it right in the centre of the trunk. It bounced back out in the fairway and it rolled right back down. And without a word of a lie, without me moving my feet, it ended up right where I'd hit it from, right? fucking so it hit the ball, it hit the fucking going way up the hill, hit a tree, come all the way back down, and then so I just fucking played the shot again. And one of the guys I was playing with goes, I thought you'd already played. I said, I fucking did. But the ball came all the way back. So that's a true story. No, not a word of a lie. I can tell you some drinking stories on the golf course.
We believe it.
No more golf. No more golf.
Well, there was another course. It's called. Oh fuck! What's it called now? Oh yeah, fucker. It'll come to me. But it's hilly as end. I mean, you need a buggy for this. You need a mountain goat actually for it. And but there you go.
Fuck me, for someone who plays twice a year, you got some fucking stories. You must have another one.
I can't tell you more.
No. I'm not encouraging you.
What's your channel? And Smoking Golf. Is that your new channel?
Yeah.
You could have could do a podcast every week.
More details have emerged on the paddock. The paddock, the gunman. From 1976 to 1985, Paddock worked as a U.S. government as a letter carrier. No, he was a letter carrier for the U.S. Postal Service, an agent for the IRS, and an auditor for the U.S. government's defense contract audit agency, according to the Office of Personnel Management. Whatever the fuck that means. Well, the UK Cricket, I think, has just sent that to me.
This guy is a patsy, right? He fucking doesn't even exist. I don't think.
Yeah. I heard from day one. He died years ago. There was the victory of him years ago.
If you look that up, if you can find an obituary of fucking about 55 Stephen Paddocks. If you look for it, you even find a guy who died in 1921, and you find an obituary of him. So. And it's a different middle name as well, the ones you find. Anyway, where I'm coming from on this is that his brother and his mother stays in Florida, in Orange County, which is right next to Orlando, right, on the edge of Orlando. And he used to have a house in a county called Brevada or something like that, which is also in Florida, which is right next to the Kennedy Space Station, right? He could actually watch fucking the SpaceX rockets landing and taking off from his house, right? But that's where he used to stay, right? And he sold his house, or his house was bought 2 years ago, because I interviewed the guy who's bought his house. He says, I know nothing about him, right? My guess is he died 2 years ago. And what they've then done is they've then created this thing where he's just moved to a house in Nevada, right? And his neighbours don't know much about him because he's only been there for fucking 8 months. I don't know where he's been for that. Oh, he was in Australia. He went away to Australia after that. But Vida or something like that, north of Melbourne. Vida. Is there a place called Vida or Vida?
Never heard of it.
Veida or Veira. Vida or Vida.
No.
Well, that's where he stayed. He apparently after he left Brevada County in fucking Florida, he then went to Australia to Vida or whatever it is called, and then he's got this house in Nevada, which he's only been there for 8 months for, which apparently doesn't stay all the time for. And that's how the fucking all the well, that's where they find the guns. But when they interview all the residents, they say, "Oh, we didn't really see much of him. He kept himself to himself and all this sort of shit because he doesn't fucking exist."
Yeah. Okay. Fair
now,
point. Well, his dad's on the FBI
and I've got zero for that. That is just complete and utter off the top of my head what I'm hypothesizing. So if anybody's actually listening to this, it's not if I have facts. Well, I have facts for the fact that somebody's in his house, moved in 2 years ago, and he stayed in Australia, and he's now in Nevada. But in terms of me saying he's dead, I'm just guessing that the guy, if there was a guy by the name of Stephen Paddock, he's no longer. And it's not as he's no longer from 3 days ago. He's no longer from 2 years ago, or around about that time.
Oh, okay, okay. Does that mean he's still a patsy?
Well, his name's a patsy.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, also this here, his dad's on the FBI list.
Don't start
what?
that. His dad was the most. He was on America's Most Wanted top 10. FBI were after him for 10 years. He was a bank robber. He escaped from prison, and he was on the run for 10 years, or 4 years, or 8 years, or 10, whichever fucking report you read, right?
Is it history?
But when the FBI issued their wanted poster for him back in the 60s, they said he was a psychopath or something on the poster, right? He's dangerous and he's a psychopath. This is his father. So all the news stations are publicising this as if to say, well, his dad was a psychopath, so he must be a psychopath. That's what they're trying to make out. Because even Trump was calling him a psychopath, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the mayor of fucking Las Vegas called him a psychopath. The police chief, or he was calling him a psychopath. They're all calling him a fucking, the boy's a fucking head case, like, But they're using this that his father was a psychopath. That's how they're trying to say, oh well, his dad was a psychopath, so he must be the thing. Well, if that's the case, they better go and arrest Eric and fucking Bruce Paddock, his other two brothers, because if his dad was a psychopath and this guy's just fucking gone off the fucking rails and shot everybody, well, it's hereditary. They better get these two boys off the street fucking quick as you like.
Fuck.
What
else have you fucking been doing today?
What's
Playing golf.
What do you mean? Do you want a golf story?
Thinking of golf stories.
No, please no. Please no. I don't want to fall asleep yet. I've got another hour to go. What was I going to say?
Fuck no.
Any Australians? I heard there was 3 still unidentified.
On the front page of the Herald
3
Sun.
still unidentified. Well, obviously, one of them will be Australian.
Yeah.
Has that come out yet? Any Aussies?
No, yeah, there's one on the front page. The front page of the Herald Sun, there's a chick on there with the brunette on.
The thing is, on you go, Peekay.
What is she dead?
I think she's a victim. I didn't even.
I told you 2 days ago.
I seen the front of the paper. I couldn't even.
I told everyone that's a fucking. It's a certainty. Billy Bishop says there's no Aussies.
Oh, there's going to be a victim.
Out of fucking 600 folk, it's not fucking difficult. You think about the London Bridge Borough Market. Fuck's sake, out of 6 or 8 people dead, 2 of them are Australians. Fucking hell.
No, they love it when they get all the way over
2 Australians, 1 Frenchman, 1 Spanish,
because it'll
one Chinese, an Indian, a Taiwanese, and an Englishman, just for good measure.
But fucking Julie Bishop said she's come out. No Aussies. I've been up all night talking to my consulate. No, we've checked out all hospitals. No Aussies. I said for fucking certain, give us another 24 hours. There'll be an Aussie. Oh, fucking hell. It just makes, more drama. More fucking drama.
Be an Aussie. Fucking hell. Because that just means one big news story on the front page of every fucking paper in the country.
Fucking unbelievable.
Well, that's why they spread it out. That's why there's these things are so international. Usually, it's just so every country's got somebody. One of ours got killed. We better invest some emotion. We better invest some emotion into this event,
that's what I said. That's why they chose Las Vegas. Because every person there's from a different country.
Well,
I'm going to. What do I Google? Las Vegas Aussie victim.
Las Vegas shooting victim.
What do we call
whilst you're doing that, did NBC Avalon's trying to avoid getting strikes? He's now just putting a link into other people's videos. But did you see the video he linked to where the guy? There's somebody interviewing a barmaid. It lasts for 12 minutes. Fucking hell, what a fucking story she's got. She goes on longer than you do, Peekay, with the stories. But anyway, she's getting interviewed, and the guy whose channel it is, he voices over. He's just saying, "Fuck it, listen to this shite," Anyway, so but it just gets more unbelievable at the end. But the starting line, the starting line of it is, she's a barmaid at this festival, this Route 91 festival. She's in the beer tent, right? Right, the festival lasts 3 days, right? That's the length of the festival. And her opening line is, I was just in the bar, and the regulars were just hanging out with me. The regulars from the 3 day festival. Fucking lot of shit. The bar gets set up fucking for 3 days, and she's got regulars. Fuck off! What a lot of fucking fish.